But Newsweek has found a sinister new cult leader to replace him, President Donald Trump. What's the reasoning? According to Newsweek, Trump and Manson both use, quote, emotional language to establish a bond with followers. You know how it is. One day you're giving a speech on immigration, and the next day everybody's writing helter-skelter on the wall in blood. It's a simple two-step process. Joe Concha writes about media for The Hill, and he joins us. Joe, were you shocked to discover that Trump and Manson are the only two guys in history to have used emotional language to connect with followers?
Well, the funny thing is, if you read the story, the author, or at least the psychoanalyst that they speak to, concedes that he has no idea what Manson actually said to attract his followers.
Right.
He just made assumptions that he knew and then made the connection back. And this is all about TDS, which is Trump Derangement Syndrome.
Yeah.
And this example, and we have two others here, actually is from the last 2 days. It's not like we're doing the best of the year type of thing. So there clearly is no antidote. But I guess they're thinking, you know, Mussolini, Stalin just doesn't have that oomph anymore as far as analogies. And Hitler, we've hit our 100,000 quota as far as comparing Trump to him. So let's go with somebody who was breathing within the last 72 hours that they can relate to in Charles Manson.
Yeah, and those guys are like wacky foreigners. Let's compare him to an all-American monster.
Boom. There you go.
But it isn't the reality, though, that Manson had huge influence on the left. I mean, it was Bernadine Dawn, who's the wife of Bill Ayers, Obama's mentor and patron, who said, dig it. First they killed these pigs, then they ate dinner in the same room with them, then they even shoved a fork into the pig Tate's stomach. Wild. I mean, he's a hero to the left. He's got nothing to do with Trump or the right.
I believe he wrote some songs while he was in prison, and then some musicians actually performed them. For Manson. So, yeah, he became a cult legend after brutally having 7 people killed, including Sharon Tate, an actress.
Yeah, that's right. I think the BBC actually tracked down something like 75 bands who play Charles Manson songs. This other story you mentioned from the New Yorker is about, quote, the sinister banality of American life emanating from Donald J. Trump.
The exact quote is, the attack on Rand Paul by his neighbor reveals a sinister banality, as you said, of American life that these days is often emanating from Donald Trump. Now, if you read about this story, Rand Paul was attacked by a neighbor, and reportedly for non-political reasons.
Yeah, lawn clippings, supposedly, or something like that. Yeah.
Right? And a sitting senator is attacked at his home and gets a couple of ribs broken.
Right.
And again, it's the anger that's emanating from Donald Trump that actually possessed this person to do that.
It's not just anger, though. It's banal anger.
Right. That's the trick. And here's the thing. When Steve Scalise was shot and all those Republican congressmen back in the spring, and then it was discovered that he was a Bernie Sanders supporter. That's unfair to Bernie Sanders. How can you say, well, Bernie Sanders had this guy do that? And you can't do that with Trump. And the problem in this country now is we have to blame somebody from a political party every time a nut carries out something because we're a blame culture now, and it's a joke.
But this guy actually is a Democrat, so whether it was over for maybe Democrats go bananas over lawn clipping. The other thing is that